Hello and welcome to One Point Partition's install video for Laminate with an Alcove layout. These videos are to be used in conjunction with the printed install instructions, which can be found in your order and also on our website. The most important step in the installation is the most critical step, and that is to lay out exactly where all parts and pieces are to be installed in the room, per the design drawings. This allows you to know exactly where all the parts and pieces are to be placed and let you know if there's any issues beforehand. We will start by installing the Alcove stall first. Here is what's in the Alcove Hardware Kit. All right, we'll start by installing the Pilaster bracket kit. Pilasters are 1.25 inches thick, while the panels and doors are 1 inch thick, and these particular brackets are made for the 1.25 inch thick pilasters. Now this is a set of panel brackets, and these are known as 2-eared or T panel brackets. And we'll simply install those. Right, now we're ready for the Pilaster mounting hardware, and we'll be using what we call shoes. And these shoes are stainless steel, and just mount those shoes directly to the floor. Right, next we will need a 12-inch block to support the panel. And here we will just slide the panel into the panel brackets. And next, the pilaster, we will need to install leveling bolts at the bottom of the pilaster. And now we can slide the pilaster into the stainless steel shoe and secure it to the shoe. Next, we'll be using Alcove step-down clips, and these clips are used to form the connection between the panel and the pilaster. One thing to note here is that there should be no gap between the panel and the pilaster. All right, now we can secure the panel to the panel brackets, and we will be using step bolts, otherwise known as through bolts or sex bolts. Okay, now we can move to the other end of the stall and install the pilaster there. Same process as the previous pilaster. We'll insert the leveling bolt at the bottom, and now just slip the pilaster into the shoe, and we will not secure the pilaster to the brackets yet. Right, time to install the door. First thing we'll do is install the bottom portion of the hinge onto the pilaster and mount this right at 13.25 inches above the floor. That's going to put the bottom of the door right at 12 inches above the floor. Once that's installed, we can install the bezel on the top and bottom part of the door, along with the applicable cam, and also secure the top portion of the hinge to the top of the door. Now, place the door on the bottom portion of the hinge, secure it with a pin, do a dry swing to make sure everything works correctly, then secure the top portion of the hinge to the pilaster. Next, we'll install the slide latch along with some door pulls and the striking keeper. There is a difference between the in-swing and the out-swing striking keeper. Take note of that. We'll install a coat hook and bumper on the back of the door. This is a handicap door, so no more than 48 inches above the floor for that coat and bumper. Next, we can do a dry swing again to make sure the door works correctly and everything's plumb level. Then we can secure the pilaster to the brackets. Now it's time to install the headrail bracing unit, and we need to install the headrail bracket kits first. You can temporarily place a piece of headrail on top of the pilasters to identify where these bracket kits are to be mounted. This particular Alcove stall is longer than the longest standard piece of headrail that we have, so 2 pieces will need to be used, and you can just simply cut those down in the field. And it's preferable to use the factory ends and butt joint those above the middle pilaster. Right, here goes our cross bracing piece of headrail, just secured with our standard sheet metal screws. We will now install our standard stall. We'll be using an in panel kit here, otherwise known as a 1-eared or F bracket kit. We will also be installing a pilaster bracket kit onto the Alcove stall. Right, now we'll be using our standard pilaster mounting hardware. In come the stainless steel easy mount shoes. Just simply secure those to the floor. And next we will need that 12-inch block again. And we'll just place our panel on that block and into the brackets. Right, and installation of the pilaster starts with putting in the leveling bolts and then just slip that into the panel or the stainless steel shoe. We can attach that pilaster to the shoe and then work on the second pilaster. More leveling bolts, and on this one we will be attaching U-brackets from the panel kit. And the markings on the floor that you had put on the floor as part of the first steps of installation will tell you exactly where those U-brackets are to be placed on that pilaster. Now we can slip that pilaster into the shoe, secure the pilaster to the shoe, and then attach the panel to the pilaster by way of the U-brackets. Once everything's plumb and level, then we can secure the panel to the back wall brackets. Okay, we're ready to install the second door here, and the process is exactly the same. We'll start off with putting the bottom hinge portion onto the pilaster first, 13¼ inches above the floor to give the door 12 inches above the floor finished. Now we'll install the bezel along with the cam into the top and the bottom of the door. On the top of the door, we'll also install the top portion of the hinge. Use the pin to secure it, and then place the door on the bottom portion of the hinge. Do a dry fit, make sure everything's good to go, then attach the top portion of the hinge. Here we're installing the slide latch along with the strike and keeper, and that's a in-swing strike and keeper. Coat hook and bumper is typically installed in the upper corner of the door on the latch side. And once everything is plumb and level, then secure the pilaster to the pilaster brackets. All right, now we'll finish it up by installing the remainder of the headrail. We'll start off with the headrail bracket kits first. And again, you can put the headrail on top of the pilasters just to get an idea of where these brackets are to be mounted. This piece of the headrail will be cut to size, and try to use the factory edge at the exposed end. And then here's the return headrail. And you'll see that we're putting a cap at the exposed end of that piece of headrail just to finish it off. Thanks for watching, and be sure to contact us anytime by way of phone, email, or text if you have any questions whatsoever during your installation.